I'm Bob Else, along with Warren Altimore and Wayne Brokenshire, bringing you tonight's game. Looks like an opening season, Warren.
Hard to believe they renewed our contract again, isn't it? I mean, how desperate is this station? My goodness. But we are back, unfortunately for you people who have to listen to this every Wednesday. And we start a new season. We start with Tamaqua traditionally. Unfortunately, Tamaqua area, the Blue Raiders have fallen on extremely hard times in the past 3 or 4 years, losing upwards of 35 games in a row. One of the longest current losing streaks that in Scholastic football in Pennsylvania, I guess. They've changed around again this year now with great hope. They bring in a new coach, a young head coach, Jack Young, who has a great pedigree. Of course, his father coached for many, many years. He still coaches up at Towanda. We had played against him the last 2 years and had scrimmaged him this year. So we know a little bit about the family. Jack Young, of course, from Mount Carmel originally. So there's a little bit of a tie in that way.
And I guess another one to bring in there right now, as long as we're on their coaches, Mike Bear comes from Mount Carmel area last year to this program at Tamaqua to bring a little bit of spirit here too.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a little more emotion out of this Tamaqua team this year than you have in a long time.
Well, I mean, you have to feel for the kids in this program. I mean, it's extremely difficult to lose that many games in a row and continue to play football. Now, Tamaqua area is one of the teams that has dropped out of the AAA and dropped down into a AA standard. And there have been many teams this year on our schedule that have changed their designation and have either, most of them have dropped into AA. North Schuylkill comes to mind immediately, are no longer AAA. Right. They will be a AA school. So you look down at Tamaqua, they're now in the league, the Anthracite League, which has been formed. They're a member of that league. And they can only hope, and they only have to look upward. I mean, obviously, they have some great hope for this season. And if they can win 2, 3, 4 games, that's a big success. Their program, when you lose that many, unfortunately, you lose the feeder program, you lose the enthusiasm, and you lose the real athletes who just have lost interest in you. I mean, there's no way to look at Tamaqua, the town, and say that there aren't as many athletes in Tamaqua as there are in Mount Carmel or Ashland or any of the places we go to. They're here. They just need direction. They needed a coaching staff that could get them over the hump a little bit. And I think this might be the year that, they're going to be respectable again and bring in a long march back to success.
Well, if you look on both sides of the line, they bring in almost 9 seniors as on offense and 7 seniors on defense. So it's a team that's been around for a long time. The captains meet at the center of the field. Number 83, Eric Higgins. 41, Joe Costello. 22, Brett Veach. And 76, Mike Boyer.
Now, if you look on the other side of the ball, of course, Wayne, you look at Big Red, Mount Carmel area, an experienced football team with great expectations. Let's face it, there's no way to kid about it. This team has the experience and the skilled people, and there are great expectations of this team this year. So you got 2 teams, one that believes it's at the pinnacle and the other one who's beginning its long march tonight towards it. Makes Tamaqua area a little bit of a difficult team to face because, one, you've never seen this particular coaching staff, so you're not exactly sure what they're going to bring to the table tonight. You've seen some of the athletes, but you also don't know how they're going to react either. If they go down a touchdown, do they fold up? You don't know what's going to happen with them. Or they might play tough this whole game and surprise the heck out of you, and then you're battling at the end.
Flipping the coin, Tamaqua will receive. Mount Carmel area kicking off. We'll cover the Red Tornado defense here real quick. At nose guard will be number 54, Jeff Evans. The tackles, number 60, Jason Malakowski, and number 64, Mike Skinkovich. Defensive ends, number 83, Eric Higgins. Number 30, Sean Jamin. At the cornerbacks, Brett Veach, number 22, and Dan Malakowski, number 29. At the linebackers, number 41, Joe Costello, and number 66, Joe Chicatano. The strong safety tonight, Dave Evans, and the free safety, a sophomore, Matt Montgomery.
Well, you're looking at that defense there. You see 1 or 2 new faces in the crowd. A lot of experience coming in. We have Jason Malakowski, who's a sophomore, 6'3", 245, a very strong kid. We see Mike Sinkovich now up in the line coming off his linebacker position. He's a sophomore also, 5'10", 210 pounds. And also Matt Montgomery, a new face in there. Everybody else are veterans. They're in there for this. Some of them are 3rd year already. Cassidy's in there. Matt Montgomery playing free safety. Very impressed with him in his JV season last year. Had a nose for the football. Any type of pass play when he played free safety back there, he knew exactly where to play and how to play it.
Kicking off for the Red Tornadoes, number 64, Mike Sinkovich. Mike will also wear number 42 tonight at given times. And the game's underway. Taken by number 34 for Tamaqua, Brian Hummel. Brings it into the middle, finds a little running room hit by number 47, Steve Sinkovich. Also in there, number 45, Ryan McGee. And number 80 for the Red Tornadoes, Chris Cuff.
A little bit difficult game as far as we're concerned as to what to look for. We're really not too sure what Tamaqua area is going to bring to the table. In their scrimmages, of course, they were trying to implement a new offense with the new coaching staff, so they weren't exactly showing you the whole playbook. And I doubt they probably have the whole playbook ready to go even tonight. So you can't sit here and say they're a great passing team or they're going to run the ball. I expect to see a lot of running tonight.
Sinkovich not in a defensive right tackle now. Mike Boyer in there for the Red Tornadoes, number 6, the senior. Coming up the middle and stuffed in there by the center of the Red Tornado defense. 76 Boyer getting up, and also Joe Costello, 41, in on the tackle. Gain of about a yard for Tamaqua. Quarterback for for Tamaqua, Mike Luna, number 3. He's a 5'10 senior.
Boyer came out of the game immediately after the first play. And I'm not sure who would go back in for him now.
Number 64, Mike Sinkovich, in at defensive right tackle. Luna hands off to number 20, John Boyer, stuffed after about a 1-yard gain. Joe Chicatano in on the tackle. Also Sinkovich in there on the bottom of the pile. Third down for the Blue Raiders. Ball's resting on the 29-yard line. Hummel and John Boyer in the backfield. We were expected to see Fritz in the backfield, and he's not there tonight yet, Warren. Big blitz on, and Luna's hit. 83, Eric Higgins, but a big rush, blitzing rush from 41, Joe Costello.
Actually, Joe, that was so big,
Boy,
it actually overran him.
Was it lucky that quarterback didn't roll to the right?
Well, you know, it's funny, I don't think the quarterback even saw it happen.
Nope.
He went on with the play, and as Sinkovich went by him, actually, he was quicker than the play was.
Punting situation for the Blue Raiders, number 10, Vince Boyer back to punt. Deep for the Red Tornadoes, number 27, Dave Evans, and number 29, Dan Malakowski. Or is it Brett? It's 20, yeah, it's Malakowski. Brings it to the 44 and up to about the 46-yard line. The offense for the Red Tornadoes, the split end, Sean Jamin, number 30. The tackles, Gary Dunn, number 56, and Mike Boyer, number 76. The guards, number 65, Rick Harris, and number 66, Joe Chicatano. At center, number 75, John Else. Quarterback, number 6, Vic Kranaski. The slot back, 27, Dave Evans. And the backfield, the fullback, Joe Costello, 41, and Brett Veach, number 22. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes on the 46-yard line. Off the Veach, off the right side, finds some running room and gets about a 3-yard gain.
And offensively, watching Big Red this year is going to be a true treat if you're a football fan, because so many talented, skilled people can touch the ball and go all the way with it. I mean, if you're a defense, you've got to have a nightmare trying to think who's going to have the ball next and how do you defense it. And there's people on the sidelines who are of equal talent of the people who are beginning this game in the backfield, so it doesn't end no matter who goes in.
45, Ryan McGee into the game for the Red Tornadoes. Over the reach. Kranaski's pass to number 30, Jamin. Third down and about 7 yards to go. Malakowski and Evans back into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes. Malakowski split to the left, Evans split to the right. Straight draw back. It's a draw play to Veach. Good blocking out in front of him. Finds some running room. First down to the 31-yard line. Nice play,
Nice.
Red Tornadoes.
Great call in the middle of the line. Did an excellent job there, blowing some big holes. I don't even know if there was, you could actually call it a hole when it goes from sideline to sideline like that.
Just sort of like an area for him?
Yes, I would say
an
that.
area.
There wasn't much picking there for Brett. He just...
Ball on the 31-yard line, first down and 10. Evans in motion to the right side. Costello down to about the 29-yard line. McGee and number 30, Sean Jamin, split to the left, to the short side of the field for the Red Tornado. Nice hole, gain of about 8 yards. About a yard short of a first down.
Well, the right side of that line from Jonathan Else, Joe Chicatano there, and Mike Boyer's moving the right side of the line out there, putting some holes in.
Chicatano, of course, playing tonight, but had a scare a couple of days ago. They believed he may have broken his collarbone, so he didn't, of course. It came back negative, but you got to think that he's in a little bit of pain out there. If you think you broke your collarbone, you've got to have a pretty good bruise on it.
Evans in motion. Oh, good play to Evans. He takes it inside, down to about the 6-yard line. Big hole.
Nice trap. Nice movement in the center of the line again.
47, Steve Sinkovich into the lineup. And Coach Williams showing it right now. He has thrown a lot of people into this ball game already. Coach Williams showing it right now. He has thrown a lot of people into this ball game already.
Well, that's kind of a trademark, I would have to say, of Coach Williams, though. If you're wearing a uniform, there's a good shot you're playing somewhere along the line during the game.
Veach picks a hole. Still driving, touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Nice, impressive drive by the Red Tornadoes.
And you know what, I'll tell you, what was very nice about that, if you get to see that on the replay, you watch Steve Sinkovich and Joe Costello. They were shoulder to shoulder for 7 yards right into the end zone and cleared the path.
I don't know what we're doing here. There's, once again, a little bit of...
There it is, going for the 2, Evans, into the end zone, good for 2 points.
Well, that's an amazing play all the time. Tamaqua clearly confused. The Raiders were clearly confused about what to do. And that, I think, is a function of a new coaching staff who probably hasn't seen Mount Carmel area, which is this is their bread and butter play as far as the extra point goes. They always line up that way. But they kind of split themselves evenly, but it wasn't enough to cover all the guys where the ball was. And you can almost sense it that it was going to come that way.
With 7:04 left in the first quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 8, the Blue Raiders 0.
I think if there was a question mark in Big Red's mind coming into this game, one only question mark probably was the line play, of course. There is several new people coming into the line this year from last year, replacing people from last year. And, you know, you're always a little bit apprehensive when you go into a first game, but if the first series is the indication, they're dominating across the line right now, opening up huge holes and pretty much controlling the line of scrimmage, and that bodes pretty well. Tamaqua area is not a small team. They've got some big guys out there, so they're going against some big kids.
Sinkovich kicks off, taken this time by number 20, John Boyer, cuts it to the middle of the field. Ryan McGee in there, number 45, also on the bottom of the pile, 83, Eric Higgins. Helping out there, number 44, John Kalinowski. Good coverage by the Red Tornadoes.
But going back to the interior line there, Warren, this is a nice game to start off with, especially with the new interior line like we have. We have a lot of guys here that have seen, different positions last year, and they're playing and have playing time on varsity. There's Dunny, there's Chicatano, there's Boyer and everything, but not in these positions. And it is a different story once you get on the field and, guard rather than playing a tackle.
Luna pitches back to Boyer, trying to cut. Oh, great tackle by 41, Joe Costello. from his linebacker position. They're blitzing Joe right in, and it's just what a great tackle.
Yeah, it was a blitz all the way. I mean, he wasn't disguising it. He showed he was coming. Joe brought the dustpan in early and cleaned up the play before it got moving anywhere. Of course, the cast man, I mean, what can you say? All-State as a junior. You can only expect even greater things out of him this year if that's possible. He is just one heck of an athlete.
Trips for the Blue Raiders. Luna back to pass. Fakes the Hummel. Big pressure by Jeff Evans, and then he's finished off.
83.
Mike Sinkovich in there, 64. 83, Eric Higgins. And number 30, Sean Jamin. Third down and about 12 yards to go for the Blue Raiders.
Well, there were whispers, I guess, throughout the preseason. You know, you get the whispers in town and around from the guys that are watching, but everybody seems to be saying the same thing, that this defense can truly be something special over the period of a season this year. And, you know, they're doing nothing to prove us that wrong right now. They have the talent to be one of the best defensive football teams Mount Carmel area has ever had, and that's going some because we've had some great teams out there.
47 in that right linebacker for the Red Tornadoes. That's Steve Sinkovich. Luna back to pass. Looks long. Nobody out there. Incomplete. Fourth down and about 23. 5:12 left in the first quarter. Big Red up 8-0.
That wasn't the quarterback's fault. That was the receiver's fault. He ran the wrong pattern.
Number 10, Vince Boyer in punting formation for the Blue Raiders. 29, Malachowski, and 27, Evans are deep for the Red Tornadoes. Snaps back. Kicks away. Malachowski's going to take it on the 49. Finds some running room. Flags on the play, but still a nice run by Malachowski down to about the 17-yard line.
It's a clip called right at the catch. It'll bring him back.
And there are 2 flags down, so, you know, everybody saw that one.
Well, he was right. I mean, I'll tell you what, it wasn't a blatant clip. It really wasn't. It was he was trying to get his position, and he was moving to the front of him. But as he was moving, that's when the flag came out. But it wasn't what you would call an absolute, you know, flagrant foul. He just really couldn't get position as the guy was turning, and they called it on him.
Well, they actually took the clip, and now they're calling a push in the back at a different position, so they'll take it from the farthest flag back.
That penalty, you know, the penalties like that, and you see them in college and in the pros even, there's no way you punt anymore in the pros without a flag coming down or a kickoff. It's amazing. I mean, I don't know if that penalty just becomes more prevalent and they're looking for it more. But it seems like you seldom ever punt or kick off any longer without somebody getting pushed in the back or clipped or whatever it is they're called.
I think it's more protection than it is anything else.
We'll talk about a new rule on the punts, too. I missed it there, and once these plays go, we get a timeout here. There is a new PIAA rule in on punting and extra point kicking this year.
Oh.
There's also a new rule with the clock, Bob. You might go into that, too, then.
Shotgun for the Red Tornadoes. Kranaski's back. Snaps back. Looking downfield, it's a fly pattern. He's got Jamin out there, and he catches the ball at about the 24-yard line. First down, Red Tornadoes.
That was a heck of a heave now, wasn't it? My goodness.
That thing never wobbled. That went into a spiral as soon as it left his hand, and it was gone.
The Vic man unleashed the cannon again. I'm surprised you don't hear a sound when that goes off. Maybe you do. We got to get closer here if we can see anything go off there.
Timeout call by Tamaqua. On the extra points, the punts this year, the center used to be able to, you'd put 2 guys on the center, you'd crush him, you'd push his neck down, you'd do whatever you can. That's a 15-yard penalty this year. They have to wait. The defense actually can shoot the gaps, but they have to wait till the center lifts his head up and is more or less up before they can crash over him. So
and that's a good
protecting the center on that play.
What had happened over the period of years, and you watch the pros, and that's where you learn this stuff at. You know, the center, especially on those particular plays, is in a long snap position with his head between his legs, literally down beneath his legs so he can see where it goes. Now that split second in between that, when he centers the ball, what they would do is one hand would come out and keep shoving his head down so he would lose his balance. The other guy would shoot by him, and then he would try to block the kick. But what would happen also is if he was in a funny position or he got a cleat caught or something, you'd hurt his neck or his knee by pushing his head down. Now what they're saying is you can go past him as fast as you want, and you can hit him as hard as you want, but his head better be coming up and be level with you before you do it. You can even position yourself right over him, as long as you don't hit him while he's down.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes the ball in the 24. Pitch back to Veach, finds some running room, cuts it back, and is down at about the 18-yard line, flags on the play.
Well, that centering stance for long snaps is not your normal stance anyway.
Right.
You're in a wider, you're spread out position.
I mean, that's truly a protective measure, and I think it's a good idea. I really do. Especially in high school. I mean, and I think it's a good idea all the way through. I mean, because the center's at his most vulnerable point when he has his head down like that. And the other rule change is the clock, Bob.
The clock,
about the clock is that it's a possession thing. The clock will stop now on the change of possession. The 25-second play clock will be engaged and start to go as usual, but they're stopping the clock in between, which will lengthen the game a little bit overall, you know, as each game goes by.
That was a motion penalty against the Red Tornadoes. Evans takes the ball off the right side, and Tamaqua's defense did a shift and got everybody over there, so they did get a stop after about a 2-yard gain.
I wasn't sure what the reason for the clock idea was, though. I mean, no one seemed to know.
I don't think anybody's real sure on that.
What the point of that was.
But maybe our referee analyst, Mr. Thoroughway, will explain it to us during these, you know, one of these nights, right?
I mean, I know they did it, but I didn't hear any reason what it's supposed to do. I mean, what the point of it was.
Second down and 14. Karnaski takes the snap, hands off to Veach, finds some running room, cuts it to the right side, and gains about 8 or 9 yards. Third down and about 5 to go for the Red Tornadoes. Number 64, Mike Sinkovich, comes into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes. Third down and 6 yards to go. Karnaski, straight drop back.
Screen.
It was a screen, but now he found Evans out there. And incomplete. Fourth down and about 6 yards to go. Looked like they were setting a screen
up. It was a screen.
Yeah.
It was definitely going to be a screen.
And then he found Evans out there.
That's an unusual play.
Actually, I don't think Tamaqua made the rush. I think they just sort of milled out there and didn't really get through.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to lure that defensive back into the screen pass where he's going to move into the traffic, and you have one guy kind of hiding in the corner, but he wasn't hiding because they saw him and they were standing next to him.
Fourth down and about 6 yards to go. The ball on the 18-yard line. Mount Carmel area going for it. Karnaski fakes to Veach, rolls out, a little bit of rush, finds some room to run himself, gets it down. He'll get a first down out of this to about the 9-8-yard line. First down, Red Tornadoes at the 6. Nice job by Vic.
I'll tell you what, there's some speed you didn't know was in there.
Oh, yeah.
For as big as he was, he turned the corner. Nice play by the Vic-Meister.
And he doesn't step out of bounds, does he?
No, he likes to hit. Well, he likes to hit, you know.
Yes, he does.
He's the Vic-Meister. No sense carrying the ball if you're not going to hit somebody.
The defensive end from Tamaqua on that play did real well at reading it, though. He just came and held his ground and really broke that play up.
He's got a lot of weapons that he brings to the table. I'll tell you what, I don't want to be the guy who has to cover him all the time.
Karnaski, hands off. Steve Sinkovich to about the 4-yard line.
Now you've got to notice, when you're watching this program, all the different names that are being called. I mean, this is a true shuttle system where everybody's touching the ball, everybody's involved in the game here, and it's the first quarter, we're up 8-0 only. So that's the kind of confidence and the kind of depth that this team is experience that this team's bringing to each game this season.
First down and goal to go from the 4-yard line. Karnaski rolls to his right. Oh, nice play, broken up by number 82, Brian Angst, and he did a great job there at his cornerback spot.
He read that all the way. right as soon as Vic started to roll out, he was over there in the corner with, who was over there? Higgins, Eric.
Third down and 4 to go, goal to go, 2:16 left in the first. Up the middle to Costello to about the 3-yard line. So we're gonna have a 4th down and goal to go down about the 1.
Tried to trap somebody inside there, but it didn't open up as quickly as it should have.
Number 47, Sinkovic, and number 30, Sean Jamin, back into the game for the Red Tornadoes. Power backfield for the Red Tornadoes. Pitch back to Veach, going to take it outside. He's got a good block from Steve Sinkovic. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
You only need a half-second block, and he's gone. And that's, I mean, he got more than that, but when he heads for the corner of the end zone like that, if you even stop for a blade of grass on your way by, he's past you. And we'll see what Tamaqua does on this extra point attempt as we line up normally for this one.
Mike Sinkovic, number 64, will kick. Joe Chicatano the snap, and number 21, Matt Montgomery the holder. Snaps down, kicks up, and off to the right, no good. With 1:31 left in the first quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 14, the Blue Raiders 0. A little bit about Supper Club last night, Warren, a good group there.
Oh, a big turnout.
Nice turnout.
Big turnout. Yeah, you cannot miss that. If you're a football fan, we tell you every year, you know, we give you quickly to some of the rules, which are no rules really. You do not have to belong to it. You can come any night you want. You can come one night or all nights. You pay $5 to the club. If you want to eat, you pay $6 to Matucci's. If you don't want to eat, just want to sit down, grab a soda or something and listen to the talk, you can do that too. I mean, we're as flexible as you can get. But to meet these young men and young women, we bring the cheerleaders, of course. 2 cheerleaders come with us for each game, and you just cannot go wrong. You get to talk some football with the coaches. You review each game. You review the upcoming game. I mean, it's truly a good time. And we had, I guess, 40-some paying customers last night.
Sinkovic kicks off. A squibber taken by John Boyer, number 20. Brings it around the left side, finds some running room. Mike Sinkovic in on the initial hit, helped out by number 47, Steve Sinkovic. And the Twins were in on that tackle.
Of course, Supper Club every Thursday night, 6:30, in the back room at Matucci's. You don't have to do anything but show up. Bring a friend, bring family members. Doesn't matter how many people come.
Husband and wives.
Anybody. It was a mixed crowd last night, probably equal men and women as far as the crowd went. So, I mean, you really can't go wrong, and you got no excuse for not coming. If you want to enjoy Mount Carmel area football, that's the place to be on a Thursday night.
1:23 left in the first quarter. First down and 10, Blue Raiders. Luna tries a quick pass. Incomplete on about the 39-yard line. Oh, we're going to have a motion on that play, and big hit by Costello and Jeff Evans.
That's the ball carrier thinking to himself, you know, I took a major league hit for a play.
I wish the whistle would have blown a little quicker.
That play doesn't even count, and I got mauled.
Illegal procedure called against the Blue Raiders.
And you're right, Bob. If you look at the at our defensive line anyway, quarterbacks are going to have a difficult time throwing over the corners because you are looking at 6'3" on either side, and there's Jason standing at tackle at 6'3".
Right.
And then you pick up Costello, there's 6 foot. Joe Chicatano is 6'2". And then you pick up the speed in the backfield. So, you know, you start lobbing some passes out there, you're in for a long night.
Yeah, especially if you're just not that tall. A real tall guy, he's going to get a little better line of sight and get an alley. But this quarterback, since he's begun to throw, has had difficulty finding his receiver, let alone hitting him.
Luna on second down, tries the quick drop back, lets one fly. Malachowski, great play. Danny turned around and got it blocked. Good job by Dan.
I think Danny saw an interception coming.
Yeah, he did. He was in better position than the receiver was.
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Well, Well, it appears like the Blue Raiders are trying to establish the pass so they can run.
Well, it's more of a lob pass anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it would be termed a precision passing game. He's more hitting a spot right now, which is fine. I mean, there's a lot of people who do that, and I think again it's because of his height that they do it that way.
Chris Nice split far right for the Blue Raiders. Big rush coming from the Red Tornadoes. Big blitz on and incomplete to number 34 Hummel with a rush from 54 Jeff Evans on the quarterback.
Now, that was a screen pass. Mount Carmel area saw what it was, knew what they were going to try to do, and blew up the middle there in an all-out blitz, and that was the end of the screen pass.
Punt formation for the Blue Raiders.
Now, the Blue Raiders have yet to get a first down in the game, and you're nearing the end of the first quarter. In fact, they haven't left their end of the field, or the first 5 yards of their end of the field since they got the ball, and that's hurting them field position-wise, is why they're in such a hole all the time now.
Kicks away. This time going to be taken by Evans on about the 38-yard line. Down to the 49. Now he's got some running room to the 40, and he gets to about the 36. And really, one more guy. Great job by Steve Sinkovich to not take that block. He got in the way of the guy that he couldn't make the tackle, but a crushing block here late on the 49-yard line.
No, that was Jamin. That was Sean.
30.
He took out 2 kids on that one. This kid down here, he took the brunt of it. He got him right in the side and picked him right up and put him on top of somebody else.
He was in a bad position. This guy was Vince Boyer from the Blue Raiders. He took a good hit.
He was the punter.
There was a lot of delicate blocking going on there. Did you notice? Everybody was trying to get position there.
Everybody knew that.
I held my breath twice as they were coming down, but they did a nice job of
and you have to, and you're right. You have to give the kids credit. You get anxious in the first game and everything else, and you're trying to lay a block and get a position on somebody, and there's two times right there on that punt where you could have had clips.
Yeah,
and probably there. More as you're running through the pile.
Being the first game of the season here, Dave Whitey Williams, head coach for the Red Tornadoes. Defensive coordinator, Charles Conley. We have Bob Veach as one of the assistant coaches, Rob Verano, Tom Edwards. Paul Babinski back this year.
He returns.
He comes back after getting married.
He got married, and his wife, I guess, wouldn't let him do anything last year.
Maybe kicked him out of the house, and he's back,
That's what we heard, anyway.
Al Yasenchek's back, and then 2 more new assistants, T.J. Schultz and Dan Marquardt. So that's the coaching staff for the Red Tornadoes this year, and has a team together this year that looks like it can go and play pretty much any team they come up against.
Well, Schultz, of course, moves into the freshman program, and I understand is doing a fantastic job down there. And, of course, Dan Marquardt, you would have remembered a couple of years ago playing for us, and he apparently has offered, and in fact he wanted to, which is odd because it's the toughest part of the whole job, is he will be scouting the other team.
Ooh.
He goes to the other teams and said, no problem, I'll do it. And that bodes well for him because, you want to be with the team when they're playing. And it's always the toughest assignment is to go to the other. He would be at Panther Valley, wherever they're playing. Lee Heighton, I guess, they're opening up with, and watching that game, scouting it for us. So my hat goes off to Dan. That's a tough assignment, and he willingly took it.
New nose guard, number 63, into the lineup for the Blue Raiders. Veach gets the ball, cuts back, first down. Red Tornadoes at about the 23-yard line.
Big hole that time, big hole.
The right side, that was right side with John Elsick at center and Joe Chicatano at guard and Mike Boyer at right tackle. Evans split far left for the Red Tornadoes, Jamin to the right. Back to pass, good time, looking over the middle, Karnaski. Intercepted by number 82, which is Brian Angst, but that one just went off the fingertips of everybody.
Now the Raiders are hanging in there. I know that Coach Young has got to be happy so far. They're, again, I think talent-wise they're overmatched. I think strength-wise they're having a little bit of a problem on the line. And that, again, is what happens after a program falls down the way this one did. But I think one of the things that he could be really happy about is if he turns his around on the sideline and looks at his stance. Look at the amount of people that are here for a team that's lost, 35 some games in a row. This is amazing. This is community support that you're not going to see very often. And he's got to be gratified to see this many people come out to see the opening game of the season.
Blue Raiders on the 6-yard line, first down and 10. Luna rolling into the end zone, safety, Red Tornadoes. Nice job by number 30, Sean Jamin, and also number 54, Jeff Evans in there, the right side of the defense for the Red Tornadoes. Big rush that time.
That would not have been my choice of plays on that close to the goal line. I would not have done that. I assume he was trying to pass. Well, at least he was rolling out.
Well, he was rolling out.
I don't think that was a sweep. I mean, it didn't look like a sweep.
Either that or he went to hand off to the two backs, and Hummel and Boyer both got hit by Joe Costello before maybe the ball could have gotten there.
I think Joe was the big man there in that play. He took on both the halfbacks there, and I think he just messed up the whole play.
Yeah.
I don't know where Joe is reading what they're going to do, or is Conley sending him to that side. Because he could have blitzed on either side, and he picked the right side that time, and he was gone.
Oh, I'm sure.
Apparently, he's looking for their power.
Yeah, there's got to be some
their
keys
power side. You're right.
He reads a key, and that's how he decides which way he wants to go.
Well, they get a choice here from the 20-yard line whether to punt or to kick.
But it's unbelievable. I mean, Joe's just going through there. Nobody's touching him.
Yeah, he's running wild right now.
Well, when you're all-state linebacker, that's what you show, and
you run wild. Exactly.
That's what happens right there.
Here's the timing down. It is uncanny. He's so close to being called offsides.
He's going to be a joy to watch all year, just like he was last year. He was at Supper Club. He was one of the captains last night at Supper Club, and just a great kid to be around. I mean, really is. He's personable, has great conversations with you, funny, all the good things you're looking for in a young man.
This one's taken by Malikoski on the 44-yard line. Tries to go up the middle, and he's hit in there by the Blue Raiders at about the 45. So first down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 45.
That time he got hit by 8 of them. There's only 3 guys not hit him. They're not hitting him on that play.
You know what? When it's such a short kick, you can't really set up any kind of blocking on it, and it was more like about a 30-yard kick, and at that point you're going to have a lot of coverage on the kick. First down, Red Tornadoes. Ball on the 46-yard line. Change of possession, so the clock was stopped. Normally here it would have run out. Draw play to Veach. Finds lots of running room on the right side. Breaks around. One man to beat. He's got him at the 19. Now coming back, and he's tackled on the 19-yard line.
He had one man to beat, but then he wanted to beat all 7 that came the other way.
First down, Red Tornadoes after about a 25-yard gain.
He ran himself back into the traffic by the time he got around from the sideline that time.
Back to the pursuit.
He had one guy to beat, and then he had 7.
That's the end of the first quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 16, the Blue Raiders 0. Good first quarter for the Red Tornadoes. Costello with the pitch to the 9, to the 8. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. What a run by Joe Costello. Nice blocking on the right side, but Joe finished it off.
He's having an amazing night, isn't he?
Yes. He just peeled that guy off on the 5-yard line and just kept going.
He is truly amazing to watch.
Number 64, Mike Sinkovich in to attempt the extra point. Snaps back, it's down, kicks up, and it's good. With 11:53 left in the first half, the score, the Red Tornadoes 23, the Blue Raiders 0.
You see, I look down from the rooftop we're on here tonight, and I see the cheerleaders down there, and we had 2 cheerleaders. I would have, they didn't say that, but I'm assuming they were the captains of the squad if they do have that.
Yes, they do.
Last night, and of course, the moderator, Eve Lyash, has them whipped into shape. They were at a camp and had their best camp, she said, probably in recent memory. Brought a lot of ribbons back she was talking about, and they were the most improved squad, and all kinds of good things going on there, too. So this is just an all-around great night for us.
64, Mike Sinkovich will kick off for the Red Tornadoes. Gonna place one right in the middle. Picked up by Vince Boyer, runs to the outside, great tackle by number 40, Damian Ziegler.
You know, yes, we have such a good time doing this, and you know, you look forward from the last game all the way to the first game to start doing it again. I was almost tempted to say, that I'd pay them to do it, but I know he'd take me up on it. I'd be paying like $20 a game just to come up here now.
Got some changes here on the Red Tornado defense already. Mike Boyer, number 76, comes in and tackles. 65, Ricky Harris at the nose.
82, Dandalkis on right end.
Number 72, which is Jamie Vogler, will come in at left tackle. And number 40, Damian Ziegler, in at right tackle. Luna back to pass. Ryan McGee over on the coverage, checking to see if it's a lateral. Also in there, number 37 for the Red Tornadoes, which is Pete Avellino. 47, Steve Sinkovich. 44, John Kalinowski. 81, Mike Zavarik into the defense. So some of the other guys getting a look at an early start at Tamaqua.
This goes back to what I said about having Coach Williams be the guy that comes here first. I mean, other teams would have still been pounding around here. Now everybody's in the game, everybody's getting some experience, but best of all, Tamaqua's not going to get hammered into the ground here tonight.
Luna back to pass again, looks over, and flag on the play. This will be an interference call against the Red Tornadoes.
So, I wonder about that. There's no way he would have caught that pass.
No.
And, if it's uncatchable, it's not a penalty. He would have needed about 7 more inches on his arms on that one.
Just to touch it.
I did want to point out, guys, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but I'm not the kind of guy that would bring this up, but the one referee's like wearing a pair of short shorts. I don't know if this is a new fashion statement or not, but I'm a little concerned. The guy right in front of us on the 50?
The line judge.
There, well,
you call him
whatever you want right now. In those short pants, he's open to conjecture right now.
First down and 10 from the 49-yard line.
We're getting another letter from the league on this
Luna
one.
back to pass again. Looks on the fly pattern. Oh, and it's dropped out there by number 88, Chris Nice.
Put it right in the bread basket, and he dropped it. Oh.
Coach Williams changing defenses here again.
A little bit about the new Schuylkill League that you've read about and heard about so much. Of course, it's made up of 7 local teams to us, and its sole purpose was that everybody begin to schedule each other to keep costs down and to keep us from traveling to, say, Towanda on a 2.5-hour, drive in the regular season. The trophy was donated by the Lehigh Coal Company. I understand it is absolutely gorgeous, and I'll finish this when they're done here.
We have a second down and 10. Luna going to try the same pass again. Tries to run it this time, and he's tackled from behind.
Sean, number 30.
Jamin in on the tackle.
John McKay, the athletic director here at Mount Carmel area, talked to me briefly before the game. What happens is that it's determined on a year-to-year basis, on a head-to-head basis, who has the most wins that year gets the trophy. And that'll happen for the first 10 years. After the first 10 years, it stops rotating, and the winningest team in the league will keep the trophy for as long as it's the winningest team. It will stop rotating back and forth. And they said that you really have to see this thing. It's at Marion right now. It's being housed at Marion, and it's really something to see.
Luna's pass incomplete with a big rush from the Red Tornadoes there. Both linebackers and the line coming in.
Hopefully at the end of this season, we can go down and look at it at the high school. Maybe.
Is that why they put the new trophy case in?
It must have been.
Okay.
But it's a good thing, and what this league does is promotes more rivalries among teams that you play on a regular basis. Tamaqua now in the league. We're in the league. North Schuylkill, Panther Valley, Marion. So teams that you always play now have a little bit extra to go against now.
Snaps back. Boyer has the end-over-end kick taken by Malikoski on about the 19-yard line. Finds some running room.
Ooh, face mask there.
Yep, they got it. Flag comes in on the face mask call because his neck went right around. The other thing is, too, Warren, it did help to keep those schools with opponents to play. It has gotten a little touchy the last 5 or 6 years to be able to come up with new teams.
That was the whole point. I mean, you look at us now. We're still playing Nanaco. Maybe not that far away, but still a little bit of a distance compared to what we used to play.
Right.
Look at North Schuylkill. Now, North Schuylkill dropped to AA as they come into the league, which makes it even more competitive. But North Schuylkill traveled tonight to Lansdale Catholic in Philadelphia just to get a game. So, I mean, that's the whole point of this, is that it's so difficult to schedule football games nowadays. Now when you're in a league, you at least know you have 7, and then you can work the other 3 from there and see what you can come up with.
Handoff to Veach. Up the middle, finds lots of room. Gain of about 13 yards, 14 yards, first down. Red Tornadoes at the 41.
Shamokin area also in that league.
Shamokin.
Forget those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need a rivalry with them.
we already have
pretty much have a pretty good one going with those guys already. But I think once all these teams get a look at this trophy that they're talking about, I think next year is going to be really intense to see who's going to bring that baby home.
10-13 left in the first half. 23-0. Big Red pitch to Dave Evans. Coming around the right side, finds a hole and gets down to about the 29-yard line. And I think we're going to have a face mask called here also.
Yeah, it'd be a 5-yard one. Inadvertent probably, but he did nip him number 12 there right at the end.
That's got another flag.
Unsportsmanlike conduct,
someone
I think,
said
on
something.
that one.
Should never discuss family heritage on the football field.
A personal foul, face mask against the Red Tornadoes.
No, against the Raiders.
Or against the Raiders. And a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Blue Raiders. Thank you.
That takes it down there, doesn't it?
Yeah, because both of them will be marked off.
Is that a 20-yard one?
It'll be a half distance to the goal when he gets down here on the second one. So it puts it on the 7-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Goal to goal. Timeout called by the Blue Raiders. And right now, the Blue Raiders, no matter what the Red Tornadoes are throwing at them, have very little chance at doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders, let's face it, they're reeling right now. There's a full 10 minutes left in the second quarter. They're down 23-0. We're knocking on the door again. Ball's down on the 7-yard line. You know, they're having a tough night. And we pretty much knew they were going to have a tough night. There was no way that they were going to come in and, we didn't think, give us a real competitive football game from what we had seen from them in scrimmages and what we had heard. You can only hope, again, you can only hope this team is going to get better. You can only hope that this coaching staff, and there's all young guys here, you know, they got that drive in them. And there's some good coaches here. It'll take a while. It may take a whole season, to tell you the truth. It may not turn around this season. But they lay a foundation, and Tamaqua, once again, becomes a good football team. And we've had some great games with Tamaqua. Beating us up here.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, we remember them well. Yeah. So it's not like they're not a good football team.
I think the guy standing out there in the Mount Carmel huddle beat us twice, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
You know, it's not that far back where they were a very good football team and a team that you're worried about when you had to open the season with. And I think you'll see that in the future, too, the way this program can get going. And with the fan support. I mean, that's the fans over there. That stadium's packed on that side. So
that's unusual. Yeah, we haven't seen that. We didn't see that 2 years ago.
Last year was or 2 years it was horrible up there. If you remember, there was hardly anybody here. So
Karnaski into the corner to Jamin. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. That play, the ball was the blocking was good. The ball was thrown long before Jamin ever looked back. He turned his shoulder, and there it was. Touchdown. Great throw from Vic Karnaski to Sean Jamin.
Great timing pattern.
Kicks up. Mike Sinkovich's kick is good. With 9:55 left in the first half, the score, Red Tornadoes 29, 30, Tamaqua Blue Raiders 0.
This is one of the few stadiums that you travel to that have the old goalposts like this still.
That don't have the single stand.
I thought that was a rule. I thought that's why everybody had changed them. I guess not. Obviously, it's not a rule. They're still using them here, but you don't see them much on the.
Well, you think it would be a rule because it gets it off the end line. it gets the single post back another, a couple yards off, then nobody will run into them.
I thought it was a rule. That's why I thought everybody was changing over to them at that time. But maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just another thing I just don't know.
Another one you have to ask. That one might have to go farther than Thoroughway, though, right?
I go right to the state. Well,
right.
When they send that letter to me about the short pants and the referee, I can correspond with them back then.
Number 64, Mike Sinkovich, will kick off for the Red Tornadoes.
I'm sure I'll be talking with him again.
Big kick by Cinco this time, down to about the 9-yard line. Taken by Boyer, brings it up, and he's hit in there nice by number 80. Initial hit, 80, Chris Cuff. Good job by Chris. New faces in the Red Tornado defense. Number 1, Mike Sinkovich will come in at safety for the Red Tornadoes.
Wojtovich?
Yeah. Wojtovich. Sorry about that.
It's his first game.
I know.
Yeah.
He's excited.
He's not warmed up yet.
He's all on Twitter.
No, I saw him today, and he said, hey, make sure you get me some airtime. So I tried, and I said the wrong name. Sorry, Whoop. First down and 10 for the Blue Raiders. Tries it over the middle. Complete. Nice tackle made by Ziegler, number 40. Close to a first down for the Blue Raiders.
There it is. That's the first one. That's a first down. First one of the game. He's been trying to complete that pass since the beginning of the game. That right over the middle, a two-step drop back, and he fires it in. This is the first time he's had that guy actually clear enough to get the ball to him.
82, Dan Daukus in there now. 64, Rick Harris at nose guard. Boyer and number 72, Jamie Vogler, are the tackles. Luna hands off to Fritz. Finds some running room. Gets to about the 49-yard line.
44.
Tackle made by 44, John Kalinowski, and number 82, Dan Daukus. Second down and inches for Tamaqua. 8:53 left in the first half. 30-0, the Big Red in the lead already. And we got some sideline action going here with number 37, Pete Avellino. He comes in at quarterback, so I think you can see another offense coming on the ball here pretty soon, too. Luna gets the rush. Kalinowski, good coverage by Kalinowski that time. Got in front of his man, turned around, and followed the ball all the way.
And he was in good position that time, real good position. Kalinowski, I believe, is probably either the fastest or the second fastest guy on the team. I forgot which one it was now, as far as speed, actually raw speed is concerned. So he can burn with the best of them. Forgot that one. Was he first or second? Now they just told me that last night. I forgot it now.
Hey, you're getting older, Warren.
I got to start writing these things down.
Luna tries the quarterback sneak. First down, Blue Raiders. Boyer and Rick Harris in on the tackle. Number 67 into the game for the Red Tornadoes, Jason Wojtovich. Luna, nice pass, completed to number 88, which is Chris Nice.
And all he's doing right now is just running quick slants.
Mike Wojtovich up to make the tackle. Good job from his safety position to cover there. He kicked the ball.
Notice in this defense with this particular group, they flip-flop the ends all the time.
They're looking, I guess they're looking at the power.
Trips out there for, now they're going to hand off to Hummel, tries it off the right side. Good tackle, 47, Sinkovic, and number 40, Damian Ziegler.
Seems like they put Damian Ziegler over on the strong side.
Yeah, they seem to be moving him
yeah.
to wherever the power set is. Worked that time. He was right in there, slowed him up, and the tackle was made for about a yard, I guess.
Second down and 9 yards to go for the Blue Raiders. .6:52 left in the first half. Snaps back. Luna's going to roll to his left. Oh, big rush by the Red Tornadoes. Fumble on the play. Good job by number 72, Vogler, and number 40, Ziegler.
Yeah, both of those guys had a big hit. I don't know which one it was that brought his hand down and stripped the ball right on the quarterbacks as he was making the turn to get away. The big B comes out of the game.
Yeah, but who went in for him? We missed that. Oh, number 59 into the Tornado lineup, which is Aaron Geary at defensive left tackle.
Coach, they're double tight again. They're double tight. Double tight.
Luna hands off to 23, Fritz.
Ooh.
Nice tackle made by Ziegler. Ziegler doing a heck of a job from the defensive end position.
Boy, they came at that side of the line, and he still pierced right in there and brought him down. Nice play that time.
Fourth down and 12 yards to go for Tamaqua from the 40-yard line.
Ziegler looks good. He really does. He's made some good plays the last two now.
Trips to the left for the Blue Raiders on fourth down. Luna back to pass. Rush. Now he has time.
Ooh.
Throws it downfield. Incomplete. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Avellino hands off to Malachowski. That's Dan Malachowski, gain of about 2 yards. 63 now coming into the Red Tornado lineup, Mike Ravito. 37, Pete Avellino's in at quarterback. 29, Dan Malachowski at tailback. 47, Steve Sinkovic in there. Number 72, Jamie Vogler at tackle, and number 60, Jason Malachowski at tackle. 45, Ryan McGee will come in at the slot back position. At the guards, we have 54, Jeff Evans, and number 63, Mike Ravito, and at center, number 67, Jason Wojtovich. Handoff to McGee, and that one isn't going too far. Nice tackle made by number 32, Chad Trebilla.
Now, Malachowski's a guy, we look forward to watching this year. He ended the season with a flourish. He really came on like gangbusters in the last 3-4 games of the season, and somebody we were looking forward to as the season ended, of course, with an Eastern Conference championship, but a name that you would remember to say to yourself, I can hardly wait to see this guy next year. Now, you're seeing him here in the first game. But another guy with all kinds of talent and a big, strong, strapping kind of runner. The kind of guy looks like he can do anything he wants.
59, Aaron Geary in at left guard. Pitch back to Malachowski. Tries to bring it out around the right side. Flag on the play, and Malachowski taken out of bounds at about the 49-yard line.
That's what I mean about Malachowski. See the speed at the corner.
Yep.
I mean, that was pretty much on his own towards the corner, and he managed.
And he still picked up 7 yards, probably about 8 yards there.
Yeah, that was. It's going to go back, but it was a nice run.
Right. Holding call against the Red Tornadoes. .326 left in what seems to be an eternity of a first half.
I'm getting hungry.
It must be that new clock rule.
Yeah.
That must be what's going on.
It really slowed the game down.
Really slowed it down big time now.
When George makes a tape change in the second quarter, we're in trouble.
You know you're in serious trouble, yeah.
Avellino sets the young Red Tornadoes. Hands inside to McGee. Good run by Ryan McGee. Doing it all on his own right here at the end, and he gains about 15 or 16 yards, close to a first down by about 19 yards.
That was funny. You see that on the tape. There's Avellino standing. Anybody want to take this ball? You know, like right dead center, right over the center. He's looking for the halfback. Where's everybody at?
Turned into a heck of a play, though. We have
Yes,
to
it
try
did.
that one again.
So, sometimes those plays are the best ones, you know.
4th down and 1 yard to go. 2:52 left on the clock. Red Tornadoes going for it. Handoff to Malachowski. First down. Red Tornadoes and more. And he's still going to the 41-yard line.
That's exactly what I mean about Malachowski. He's a good runner. He really is.
What goes along with his speed is the balance, too. He hits and spins, and he keeps his feet moving.
He's a tough player.
Number 28 into the Red Tornado lineup, Al Bailey, and I think that's about everybody, except Rusty Lashinsky, number 32, and Rusty can't go in because he still has a knee injury.
Bailey, number 28, of course, a true freshman. Brought up from the freshman team to travel with the varsity. Quite an accomplishment when you consider the talent that this team has. They must really like what Bailey can do. Like Bailey, I believe somewhere during either this week or last week was dinged up a little bit, and they weren't sure about him, but here he is, so he's ready for the big time.
Hand off to Bailey. Finds some running room right up the middle. Gain of about 9 yards, close to a first down. That'll take it to about the 33-yard line.
Well, so far I like what I see. I pronounce it a success that he came up.
That first game, the second quarter, and you gain 9 yards, right?
It's a success.
Avellino inside handoff to McGee. They read it that time, and a nice tackle made by number 61 from Tamaqua, Zach Valiant.
I think we're still a little confused on that play in the backfield, though. I don't think we had everybody going where they were supposed to. Take a moment here to remind everybody, ladies and gentlemen, my first homework assignment of the new season in the first half. You are listening to the KMC TV, broadcasting right from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School on a microwave signal WLX 267. We are an instructional fixed television service, and you can catch us on a Wednesday night, 8 p.m., Channel 13 on the Service Electric Cable System.
Pitch back to Sinkovic. Keeps his feet. Good job.
Steven, go,
Great
boy.
run by Steven Sinkovic down to about the 11-yard line, and that one he did a lot on his own. Great job by Sinkovic. Good blocks on the right side, but when he got out there, he did a lot on his own.
You know what, though? You look at him, he's the kind of guy you can't get a hold of. You can't grab that guy. Man, there's nothing like to reach out and bring him down with. I do have one question, and they made a point of this last night. He went into the backfield and took the ball as number 64. And it was my understanding.
That was Steve.
That was Steve.
Oh, okay.
Mike had 6. When Steve goes into the backfield.
Which one was?
When Steve goes into the backfield, he'll have number 42.
42.
Right,
okay.
Right.
I knew they were changing the number on one. I get confused all the time there.
Handoff, and it's a fumble and recovered by the Blue Raiders. Nice drive by the young Red Tornadoes, though.
I'll tell you what, if he held onto the ball, it was a touchdown. He had the blocking and the hole opened up. So I saw 64 run off, and I thought he was the ball carrier.
37 seconds left in the first half. 30-0, Red Tornadoes in the lead.
What position was he playing?
Help. Who?
64.
64. He played defensive defensive tackle.
On the play that I just talked about, he was the tackle or the guard?
Oh, I missed it. Try up the middle of Fritz. Find some running room. Good hit by Steve Sinkovic. Also in there, number 64, Mike Sinkovic.
I thought he carried the ball that time. That's why I'm
yeah,
so screwed up there.
18 seconds. Time running down. Tamaqua look like they're not going to run another play.
Thank you. My goodness, thank you.
That's the end of the first half. The score, the Red Tornadoes 30, the Tamaqua Blue Raiders 0. We'll be back with some probably impressive halftime stats in one moment. Oh, yeah. Here's like Jonathan. Yeah. They turned. Oh, we've been calling.
Okay, gang, first halftime stats of the season, and as you can imagine, they're as absolutely ugly as this first half has been. Mount Carmel area rushed the ball 25 times for a total of 226 yards in the first half alone. Individually, Veach ran the ball 9 times. He has 101 yards in the first half. He didn't play most of the first half. Costello 3 for 22, Malachowski 2 for 14, Sinkovich 2 for 26, Karnatsky 1 for 11, Bailey 2 for 7, McGee 3 for 12, and Evans 3 for 31. Passing, we were 2 of 6 for 53. Jamin had both catches for 53 yards. Tamaqua and truly, they do not want to hear this. They rushed the ball 13 times in the first half for a total of -1 yard. The passing, they were 2 of 13 for 23. So they had 22 total yards in the first half compared to 279 for Mount Carmel area. In the first downs, it's a little bit deceiving. Mount Carmel area had 11, Tamaqua 4, and I think that was only because Mount Carmel area wasn't stopping at the first down. They were just running up and down the field. So you look at a second half about to begin, and you got a feel for Tamaqua. They open up the season. They're going to go, looks like a 36 straight loss for the program. But, you know, other than that, they got to build on the crowd and everything else, and we're looking for a little better second half.
All right, here, back to start the second half. We have number 12 kicking off, Chuck Fayash for the Blue Raiders. Tries a squib kick, bounces through, picked up by Malachowski at the 25-yard line. Turns on the afterburners, blasts through a hole and goes to the 49-yard line. Nice run by Dan Malachowski to the 49.
Okay, when Sinkovich enters the backfield,
he will wear
25.
25?
He will wear number 25 in the second half. Got that from Coach Edwards, and he's the man.
All right.
He's the man.
Well, where did 42 go?
He forgot 42.
Okay.
Oh, you'll have this. It was the opening game.
So we were sort of right.
Yeah.
Starting lineup back in there for the Red Tornadoes. Hand off to Veach. Finds them a hole. Big hole. 10 yards. First down. Red Tornadoes. Gain of about 12. Back in there at split end. Sean Jamin. Eric Higgins at the other end. Gary Dunn, 56 at tackle. Mike Boyer, 76 at tackle. Rick Harris, number 65 at guard. Joe Chicatano, 66 at guard. Number 75, John Else at center. 6, Vic Karnatsky at quarterback. 41, Costello, the fullback. 22, Veach, the tailback. And 27, Dave Evans, the slot back.
Veach, of course, 101 yards in the first half. He played about 15 minutes of the first half, so he's well over 100. A little interesting note that our stat man, Jose, of course, whose compliments we have the stats because of, or otherwise I'd know nothing about what happened. But when we're done this play, I'll give you a little tidbit here.
What's an A gap to the tight?
Big hole, good blocking there.
Oh,
Joe Costello still going on his feet.
Oh.
Gain of about 15 yards. Nice run, good hole by the line. First down, Red Tornado.
I'll tell you what, you had a new, Jason Wojtowicz going in at right guard there. And between him and Jonathan, they sealed off the right side linebacker to give Casti that extra little step there to get through the line.
Since Coach Williams is at Mount Carmel area, that includes 3 games in this series.
We lost something, guys. Hey, there we go, we're back.
We played 3 games under his tutelage. Tamaqua has never scored on us. And I know that's probably playing in their minds down there.
Inside handoff to Evans, big hole up the middle, another gain. Oh, and he's still on his feet. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Great job by the Big Red.
That little statistic will come into play when they have the ball late in the 4th quarter. It'll be interesting to see what we do should they become pose a scoring threat to us. They've been blanked 3 years in a row at playing us. A blast from the past. Dan the man has returned.
Yeah. Kicks up by Sinkovich, and it's no good off to the right. with 10:04 left in the third quarter. The score, Red Tornadoes 36, Tamaqua 0.
Now my guess is that what constituted the first team in this game is done. I would not think you're going to see them play again. I would be a little bit surprised if they did. The problem with it is that what came in as a second unit here tonight, or what posed as a second unit, ran roughshod as well as the first one did.
Well, what you'll probably see is not so much the first unit playing as a complete team, but you'll see new numbers in and out for different players, which is what you want at this point in time, because now you're getting the new person some timing with the first team.
Well, that's only if you're not Jose.
Sinkovic with the kick, big leg into it this time. Down, Hummel takes it on about the 6-yard line. Brings it up the middle. Nice tackle made by number 44, John Kalinowski, on his ankle.
A game like this is a nightmare for Jose.
Oh, definitely.
37 kids are dressed, and he's tracking 37 sets of statistics right now. And they change so quickly in and out of the game. He's down there, his hair's all frizzled when I saw him at halftime. Or what hair he has.
I didn't.
Not me.
I wasn't going to say
sorry.
it. Nope, me either.
Oh, what the
said it.
heck. Let's look a little dangerous.
We kept
Next
quiet
time I
until
go in
you
for
did.
my pills, at least I know they're going to be right.
Luna remains in at quarterback for the Blue Raiders. Hummel and Boyer the.
Oh, nice play.
Good tackle made by number 41, Joe Costello.
Who else?
That was number 23 in there, the ball carrier, Corey Fritz.
I don't in any way want to demean Tamaqua with this, but I would like to see Costello line up just once by himself on defense and see if he stops him, because I think he will. The cast man is pretty much owning the game right now.
9:12 left in the third quarter. 36-0, Red Tornadoes in the lead.
Let's go 11 against 1 and see what happens. Just one time.
Not allowed to pass, though.
No, let him pass. I don't think it makes a difference to the cast man.
64 in at right tackle, which, well, that is Mike Sinkovic. Now you have me messed up with numbers. Fritz back there, and big rush from the left side. Sean Jamin in there, 27, Dave Evans in there, also 66, Joe Chicatano.
Well, they had Joe Chicatano blitzing to the right side, to the right gap. Cassidy was blitzing on the left gap, and they had Jamin on the left-hand side blitzing from the end.
47, Steve Sinkovic will come in for the Red Tornadoes, taking Joe Chicatano's place. Probably good for Joe's shoulder, too, that he didn't have to go real hard tonight, and he can go into next week 100%. Luna back to pass, looks on a short one, now on the fly. Incomplete, and flags on the play, and this should be holding against the Blue Raiders.
Yeah, it's right in the holding area, absolutely, and that's the last thing they need is for that to happen to them.
Pass intended for number 20, Sean Boyer. Ball's incomplete. Brings up a third down and 17.
They only had 22 total yards in the first half to start off with. I mean, they're in danger of going in minus yardage in the game here if they don't get something, mounted and start moving up the field a little bit.
It's just, you watch Cassidy. Cassidy's in and out. He's, blitzing here, blitzing there. But he's a true captain out there when you watch him. He's setting everybody up. They knew it was a pass that time, and he's looking around to make sure everybody in the defensive backfield was in the correct position.
Boyer back to punt. Hits on about the 49-yard line. Taken by Evans on the 49. Takes it around the left side. Finds almost a hole, but then grabbed by his shirt and taken down. First down for the Red Tornadoes. Looks like the ball will be on the 46-yard line of Tamaqua. Well, we'll move it back a little to the 48. Costello and Veach in the backfield. Pass to Higgins. Gets down to about the 38-yard line, close to a first down.
Good news.
Nice quick pass.
Good news on the sideline when I was down there, guys. You know, Rachel Manilevich, the trainer, of course, the world's greatest Randall Cunningham fan. And, of course, Randall announced his retirement last week in Philadelphia. And we were concerned that, you know, maybe Rachel might do something silly and crazy, but she seems to be taking it well. She said that she understands that it was his time and he made the decision on his own. And he's got a family, a new business, and she's looking forward to the future. He's on Fox Television now, and she's going to follow him in that way. So good news for Rachel. We took the suicide watch off. She's going to be okay now.
Hand off to Costello. Off tackle, off the right side. Bust down to about the 17-yard line. First down and 10.
I don't even think what was going on.
Well, I think as he was going down, he got smashed, and he wasn't real thrilled about that. So,
and I think enough of things have gone wrong down there without getting him mad. I mean, let's just let him be where he is and be fine. You don't get him riled up on top of everything else.
Number 81, Mike Zavaric into the Red Tornado lineup. Dave Evans has some problems with a shoe. Hands off to Veach, up the middle, to the 5, down to the 2.
And he's over.
Touchdown, no.
No, they
The Red
didn't call it.
Tornadoes like it as a touchdown, but I think the officials like it on the 1-yard line.
I think we weren't looking too good.
Well,
on
there
that.
were,
No,
there
I
were
don't think so
11 red and white helmets that put touchdown up.
Well, the linesman was on the 6-yard line when Brett was down in the goal on the goal.
The only other thought, though, is they may want the clock to keep running. It might be a way to do that. I'm not sure.
This one's Karnaski right over the middle. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Little congratulations from the center there, huh?
Who might that be?
Oh, well.
Yeah, you are allowed to say his name.
Well, Big John's back.
There you
I
go.
mean, he
You
was
are
here.
allowed to use his
You know, we
name.
watched him for years as shuttle running back and forth with the water. And he did take over at center this year. And
He's
so
carrying,
far,
carrying
so
the
good.
bucket well
Right,
now.
Right. Snaps down, kicks up, Sinkovic is up, and it's good. With 5:48 left in the third, the score. The Red Tornadoes 37, the Blue Raiders 0.
It's extra gratifying to see, Shuttle do so well. I mean, I raised him from a pup.
I know you did.
It's good to see him make good, you know.
Number 64, Mike Sinkovic in the kickoff for the Red Tornadoes.
You know, you guys may not have noticed this because I keep myself so well, but I did turn 40 this year, guys. I finally joined that club that you guys have been in 5, 6, 7, 8 years, 10 years, 20.
Not that long. Ball taken by number 12, Chuck Fayash, around the right side.
Ooh.
Slowed up by John Kalinowski over there. And finished
80.
off by number 80, Chris Cuff.
Cuff's had some nice hits in the game
Yes, he
tonight.
has. He's a tough boy.
Hey, we've watched Chris since he was a Jet. He has the ability to do that every play. He'll get down there all the time. Well, we're going to see the cast man and a few of the boys back in on defense again.
.526 remaining in the third quarter still.
Still? Do you always say that after you know?
I feel like I should have gone to bed already. I mean, this is taking forever.
Some people already have.
I know.
Luna in at quarterback again. He's going to roll. 20, Boyer out of the backfield. Nice hit made by 27, Evans, and also in there 66, Joe Chicatano.
You know, we have to take a moment to say hello to a special friend of ours, Sam Chicatano, down there in one of the patches. He's been recuperating from an illness for some time now. A fan of ours, and makes it a point, actually came out on the porch and told me not only does he watch the show, but he keeps the volume up. And he said that, and I quote, "You're doing a good job." Now, of course, he didn't mention you two guys, so
okay.
I don't even know if he's seen you, but we want to wish him well and thank him. He's the second fan that I know of, since my mother's no longer watching. The second actual fan we have that pays attention to us. So we want to wish him a speedy recovery, and I know he's watching with special interest tonight.
Luna sets up with a 2nd down and 5 yards to go. Castman's cut. Oh, that's Steve Sinkovich coming, but he didn't get there because Malachowski, Mike Sinkovich, and Jeff Evans were there before the linebacker could get there.
They almost got the handoff.
Big rush from the center that time. 3rd down and 7 yards to go. The ball's on the 32-yard line. Now it's down to the 29-yard line. Timeout called by the Blue Raiders. Next week, we have Panther Valley coming into the Silver Bowl.
The Panthers out of Lansford. They're playing a grudge match with Lee Heighton this weekend. Everything we heard from them is a young team, a rebuilding team coming out of Lansford. But they've been traditionally tough over the past couple of years too. They're gonna bang at you. You travel over to is it Tiger? I guess Tiger Stadium.
That's
right. Over to Tiger Stadium, I guess, in the 3rd week for our first ever varsity matchup against the Southern Columbia area Tigers, one of the most successful football programs in the region. So that's much anticipated, but first we need to finish here and take on the Panthers, see what they're bringing down, and then we'll go on to Southern.
3:47 left in the 3rd, 43-0, Red Tornadoes in the lead. Luna, back to pass, he's rolling to his right. Big rush. Both Sinkovich is in there. Also Matt Montgomery, number 21, in on the tackle, and
Jeff
54,
Evans.
Jeff Evans.
Tell you what, you got to give that kid a lot of credit, number 3. He's taking some horrendous hits.
Has.
And he keeps bouncing back up and playing a football game. I take my hat off to him.
You don't have a hat on.
If I had one, I'd take it off.
Okay.
I don't want to wear a hat because I don't want to hide this lush, beautiful hair.
4th down, punting situation for the Blue Raiders.
Coach Conley!
Oh, this kick is a bad kick, straight up in the air. Almost gets a ref in the head at about the 35-yard line, and that'll be a net punt of about 3 yards.
My, that came really close to him, you know?
That sort of surprised him, too, when it hit the ground right next to him.
That's fairly embarrassing to get with a punt, though, you know. Although it is their first game of the season, too.
Number 1, Mike Wojtovich in at quarterback for the Red Tornadoes. That'll put number 67, Jason Wojtovich, at center.
I can't tell. Yeah, that's who it is, 67.
Yep. Ball's handed off to Steve Sinkovich, gain of about 3 yards. Steve Sinkovich and 29, Dan Malachowski in the backfield. Also in there, number 35, Brian Detry for the Red Tornadoes. 28, Al Bailey running the play in right now. Tackles are number 60, Jason Malachowski, and number 72, Jamie Vogler. Handoff to Sinkovich, gain of about 6 yards. 3rd down and about 3 to go.
Raider down on the field will stop the clock with 1:50 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Chad Trebilla down for the Blue Raiders. And Steven Sinkovich is a brutal runner. Both he and Mike, they just are so strong, and they can really put some hurts on you as you come busting through the line. Wojtovich pitches back to Bailey, out around the left side, gets it close to the 1st down, and he gets a 1st down going out of bounds. Nice run by the young freshman.
He's a tough-looking runner
on that side by the Red Tornado line.
He's a tough-looking runner. He's going to be something in a couple of years when he's down the line here. The way he's running. Yeah, Coach Williams talked about last night, something probably you don't really notice much, but this is the group that was there when he came in as coach. You know, he's seen them for the full 4 years that he, you know, as they've come up. And this is actually his first real graduating class that he's been with from the beginning. And he was talking a little bit about that last night.
Wojtovich on the inside, handoff to Kalinowski, and read nicely by the young Tamaqua defense. Second down and about 11 yards to go. I'm not sure that's the young Tamaqua defense, though. I think that's the starting Tamaqua defense.
I don't think there's too many young ones on there. If you look, they're all, I don't see any sophomores on their roster. They were mostly all juniors and seniors.
Yeah, they are really an older team. There's a freshman thrown in there somewhere, but for the most part, this is an old team here that'll be leaving. Mostly seniors on the Tamaqua side of the ball.
That was number 81, the ball carrier for the Red Tornadoes, Mike Zavarik. Third down and 13 to go.
Stopped by number 74, Jamie Turner. Picks up a third down at about 12.
These are so clear, I can hear the quarterback making the call on the road. It's too bad.
Coach Babinski's having a fine time trying to figure out what to say just from the coaching standpoint. He's
filling.
Well, he's filling with talking about the batteries. That's exactly what they're talking about right now. So that's the end of the third quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 43, the Blue Raiders 0.
Well, that'll give me a moment to do the little bit of fill that I have to do. Of course, you are tuned in to WKMC TV, broadcasting directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School. We are an instructional fixed television service, and we are broadcasting to you in a microwave signal WLX267. You find us, of course, Wednesday night, 8 p.m., Channel 13 on the Service Electric Cable System.
We can give you a little breakdown here on District 4, courtesy of Mr. Gergen, our sports information director. A couple of the changes. Bloomsburg has moved from single A up to double A.
Wow.
Mifflinburg, that's a tough move, isn't it?
Wow.
I know. Mifflinburg moves from double A to triple A.
Now, you know, that surprises me.
I know.
I never think Mifflinburg was that big.
No.
That was the one surprise when I read that list.
South Williamsport goes from single A to double A.
And that's a quality program there.
Sounds like our battery's going too, doesn't it?
That's a quality football program moving into double A. And I think that might be a team you're going to see in the schedule someday.
Wojtovich
double A.
pitches back. Nice move made by number 26, Ivor Facer, the runner for the Red Tornadoes.
You know,
there's a new name in there.
That was a good hit on Facer, but he stayed down. The Tamaqua guy's down. He made a good hit, but he didn't get back up. Facer took him right, head on, straight on there, and it was a great hit. And I was just about to say, nice hit by the Tamaqua guy, but he got hurt.
And I guess the last one there, we said Montoursville from AAA to AA.
AA.
That plays in the Mount Carmel scheduling a little bit in that, or watch what at least Montoursville does as that can come toward the end of the season. And then North Penn from AAA to AA also.
You're seeing a real trend into the AA. The AAA is becoming less and less.
That's
and single A is becoming non-existent almost. You're not seeing that those two classes are suffering more than anything as far as defections go. AA is becoming the cream of the crop as far as quality football programs, at least in this area. The area that we see the most.
And again, that's the reason for the setting up of the league, that Schuylkill League.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is that the teams that are AAA in our area are going to have to travel. Yeah. Everybody else is either dropping down, well, like you said, AA. They're jumping up or dropping down.
And then I guess as you look in the long run, a District 10 team from last year that had to play Berwick in the championship, Sharon, moves from AAA to AA also. So what's occurring here is occurring out in the western districts also.
Mm-hmm.
4th down and 10 yards to go for the young Red Tornadoes. Ball's resting on about the 25-yard line. 11:43 left in the ball game. 43-0. Mount Carmel area in the lead. Pitch back to Facer. Good play that time by number 77 from Tamaqua. which was, and we got to get rid of some of this stuff, Joe Volosky.
That was our fill-in.
And believe it or not, 77 Volosky and 74 Turner were the starting tackles. So they are going here against the starting defensive team of Tamaqua.
Well, like I said, if you look down the roster, there isn't a whole lot of non-seniors here. Seniors and juniors are the whole team.
That's right.
Change on the defense here a little for the Red Tornadoes. Number 55, Jeff Homiak into the ball game. 59, Aaron Geary at the other tackle. 44, Kalinowski still in on defense.
64, is that Mike Sinkovic?
He'll probably go here.
Linebacker?
I would think at a linebacker. He had started at defensive tackle, and here they'll give him a little work probably at linebacker. Number 63 in there for the Red Tornadoes, which is Mike Ravito. Number 1, Mike Wojtovich.
'88, Jake
Shellhammer's in, and Jake was hurt in practice last week. He had a bad D, and it's good to see him back in here. So
yeah, he was mentioned as maybe the one other player we may not see in this game. It's good to see that he made it in.
35, Brian Detry in there. Luna at quarterback still for the Tamaqua. Big rush by number 80, Chris Cuff. Good hit by the young Red Tornadoes.
I'll tell you what, Cuff's having a whale of a game.
Yes, he is.
He truly is.
Number 22, Corey Fritz, dropped in his own backfield for a 6-yard loss. Number 80, Chris Cuff.
This is getting uglier for the Blue Raiders. It really is. And my guess is they are now in minus yardage for the game.
Well, the thing is, you know, they're lining up on the ball, and you know, the whole coaching staff is pointing to the direction that the ball's going to go. A little diversity would help.
10:46 left in the ball game. 2nd down and 15. Corey Fritz, Chris Cuff in on the hit along with number 64, Mike Sinkovic. And I couldn't figure out who the other numbers were because it's getting to the point where sometimes the white shirts and the red numbers, you just can't pick it out from up here.
Well, at your age, yeah, that
helps a lot. Yep. As you notice, the reading glasses on this year, so I can see down, and then I have to look over them to be able to see the field. So major problems occur. 79 in there at nose for the Red Tornadoes, Chris Hughes. Number 70 in a tackle, Aaron Ober. Looks like 59, Aaron Geary in there at the other defensive tackle. Luna back to pass. Good coverage by number 1, Mike Whoopi Wojtovich.
Mike Rule's pass is coming for number 88. Chris Nice, pass incomplete.
52 now into the Red Tornado lineup, Charlie Adams, along with 21, Matt Montgomery. And in a punting situation, Montgomery now in to go back and take the punt. And I'll tell you right now, I think the coaching staff has pretty much got everybody in this ball game. Snaps back. Kicks away.
Ooh, nice punt.
Nice punt. Fair catch called for by Montgomery. And Red Tornadoes will have a 1st down on the 39-yard line.
He fair caught that, and that was a called fair catch because they were rushing the punter and everybody moving up the middle. He was going to have nobody to block for him. So that was a given before he went back. This is a hard game for a coaching staff, though. Every time they huddle up, somebody's counting to see, make sure there's 11 of them out there. They're not used to playing in some of the positions they're playing in right now. You know, they line up on different teams at different spots, and now you're seeing them inserted. Now the coaching staff wants to see them in different positions, see how they perform, you know, get some game experience, so it's difficult.
Boy, Stevenson Kovich goes through the middle, and he crawls for about an 8-yard gain. Number 1, Wojtovich coming back in at quarterback. 59, Geary in at center. Number 55 in there, Jeff Homiak at tackle for the Red Tornadoes. 52, Charlie Adams at the 1 guard, and number 63, Mike Ravito at the other guard for the Red Tornadoes. Handoff to, it looked like Al Bailey.
That's who it was.
Okay, Bailey gets 28. A gain of about 2 yards. 3rd down and 4 to go. 8 minutes and 10 seconds left in the ball game. Red Tornadoes in the lead, 43-0.
Chris Hughes just went in. Pete Avellino back in at quarterback.
63, Mike Ravito out. Sinkovich for a gain of only about a half a yard, so it'll be 4th down and 1. Punting situation for the Red Tornadoes, and I guess this is actually the first punt, so it looks like they want to try to kick one right here.
Number 52 of the
41, Joe Costello back in punt formation. 66, Chicatano with the snap. Good kick, end over end. Bounces on about the 19 down to the 14, and will be down there. 1st down and 10, Tamaqua from the 15-yard line. .6:49 left. The Blue Raiders set up for 1st down and 10 from the 15. Pitch back. Oh, big hit 35 by the Tornadoes.
Brian Detry, number 35, right? That
yes,
35
that was
Bob?
Detry.
Yep, playing the defensive end, left side here, strung it out, and actually came through the 2 blockers and made the tackle.
Twins left for the Blue Raiders, and now we're starting to count players before the play goes off.
I think he just forgot to start the clock.
I don't know, he came over and counted all the Red Tornadoes. Number 12, Fayash back to pass.
Oh, nice.
Excellent tackle by number 80, Chris Cuff. Good job, Chris.
Great play, Guffey.
Dive and sweep for the ankles.
My.
Always taught that.
Fayash sets the Blue Raiders 3rd down and 10. Looked like a little movement, but they're not going to call it. Incomplete. 4th down and 10 for the Blue Raiders.
I think they should only call major penalties right now. And I mean major like having a gun on the field. It should be the only penalty they can call right now. I'm going to be late for work pretty soon.
It's that change of possession with the time.
That's what it is.
Fayash.
I don't like it already.
No, you can see it does slow things down. Fayash back to punt, but you know what? When you're down by about 6 points someday, it's not going to hurt to have those extra seconds.
Well, see, that's what it. The more you think about it, that is the reason why it was put in. Towards the end of the game, probably fair. A team gets the ball, winning the game by 6 points, and their guys are getting up slow. You know, half of them are down the field, they're walking up. You know, you lose 5 or 6 minutes or seconds there. Although when Warren walks up from the field, it is 5 or 6 minutes. But those 5 or 6 seconds there that you lose, you know, change your possession, stop the clock. You know, although the play clock is still running. or the time of possession, right?
That's right.
There you go.
I'm not really quick, guys, but I'm deliberate.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
First down and 10. Red Tornadoes the ball on the 42-yard line. Mike Wojtovich, number 1 at quarterback. Number 47, Steve Zinkovich at fullback, and 28, Al Bailey at the tail. Flags on the play, and that's going to be illegal procedure against the Red Tornadoes.
I thought you said they weren't going to call it.
No, they shouldn't. They should be arrested for this. Jeebus.
Jake Shellhammer, number 88, back into the game. Wojtovich pitches to Bailey, finds some running room out around the right side and gets the 5-yard back +2. Nice 7-yard run by Bailey.
I tell you what, Ober made a nice block on that.
Number 70.
Yeah, Ober came out and made a nice block, and that's what sprung him for the run.
A lot of people coming into the game for the Red Tornadoes right now. Avellino comes back in at quarterback. Pitch back to Shellhammer. Or no, that's Bailey. Tackled for about a 1-yard gain.
He's sending the plays in with the quarterbacks.
They know he's using the quarterbacks. As I said, it's like a Chinese fire drill trying to pick numbers. I'm trying. Number 1, Mike Wojtovich back in there, and number 67, Jason Wojtovich, comes back in at center. Pitch back to Bailey, turns the afterburners on, and he's going to be real close to a first down. Nice run by Bailey.
Oh, hard nose run.
Good blocking on the right side again.
Hard nose run that time.
And you can see he does have some speed there too.
Oh, yeah.
As as like you said, a true freshman coming in.
He's somebody to watch. He really is. Like you can tell that sometimes just by looking at him one time. And he's got all the right moves and all the right looks there to be a heck of a football player. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the football game. In this, our 10th hour of the marathon.
You didn't say still. Avellino hands off to Bailey. Gain of about 3 yards, pounding Bailey right up the middle. Number 26, Ivor Facer back into the game, and number 1, Mike Wojtovich at quarterback. Bailey comes out, but he did a nice job on those couple series in there for the Red Tornadoes. We're going to have flags on the play, and what happened there, I think, was they were waiting for Shellhammer to get set, and they ran out of time. They're going to call a delay of game here. No, legal procedure against the Red Tornadoes. That'll move it back 5 yards. Second down and 12, 1:46 left on the clock.
Cuffey in. Cuffey plays both offense and defense.
Cuff's the guy to remember. He's a sophomore. We'll see him this year and 2 more.
Steve Zinkovich off the right side. 1 guy to beat. Now 3 guys to beat. You said they come back for the 3 guys to beat. Fumble, and it's still Mount Carmel's ball, and it'll be a first down and 10 from about the 31-yard line.
That's not your fault, though. He only has 1 guy to beat, and then he turns into the crowd.
He learned that off of Brett.
Hey, first down. Good run by Steven. 1:07 left on the clock, and it looks like only a miracle will have Tamaqua score on the Red Tornadoes again this year.
Be 4 in a row that they've been blanked.
Avellino pitches back, ball's up in the air, and looks like it's recovered by the Red Tornadoes.
No.
Nope.
Tamaqua.
Well, this could be it. We said it would take a miracle. 1 minute left on the clock.
Now, if they score, remember, Bob made that call.
That's right. He's taking full responsibility from here on in. I don't even know him right now.
Blue Raiders set up. 46 seconds left on the clock. Fayash still at quarterback. Timeout called by Fayash.
Did they put time back on the clock?
It looks that way.
Did they add
no,
like,
that's 40 seconds.
They didn't add like 3 minutes.
No, that's only 40 seconds.
I got confused again.
I knew you did. Fayash back to pass, rolls to the left. Cuff with the rush, gets the pass away, and complete to number 88, Nice, to about the 48-yard line. And again, number 88, Chris Nice, has been in this ball game since its inception. .30 seconds left on the clock. Big rush by Chris Cuff again, though. He's doing a nice job when he gets in there. Trips right here for the Blue Raiders. Fayash going to try to hit. Here comes a rush around. Sinkovic after him, and he's crushed. Sinkovic and Brian Detry lay one hit on Fayash.
He's down. No, he took a bad hit there. He's down.
That was just.
Oh my
but
goodness.
again, not a dirty hit, just good football. Great hit.
I mean, I say bad. It's just one of those kind of. It's a shame though. I mean, 23 seconds left in the game, and
he's back up.
He never saw the back guy, the guy in the back of him coming.
No, was that Steven? Or?
Steven was 47 coming. I didn't see who.
He was bracing for the guy in front of him, but the guy in back of him is the guy who hit him first, and he was really surprised a little bit there.
This is a 15-yarder against the Blue Raiders. .23 seconds left on the clock. 43-0, Red Tornadoes with an impressive opening win here against the Tamaqua Blue Raiders.
The student buses for the Malcolm fans are located up at the tennis courts behind the press box.
And that's the ball game. The final score, the Red Tornadoes 43, the Tamaqua Blue Raiders 0.
At the tennis courts behind the press box.
Well, we're back here for a final wrap, and first half brought some interesting sights into the Red Tornado offense for the year. I think we've seen what can happen when they get it against a team that probably isn't playing up to the potential of what can be done here.
Well, I mean, obviously you have to look at this game, and you didn't learn a whole lot about how tough you're going to be. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Tamaqua did not bring much of a football team into the game. We got to play a lot of people. We did see that certainly the players that we knew from last year in Costello, Kernatsky, all the leading players that we knew from last year are back in fine form. That's what you do learn. You're not going to be able to see just how tough they are, or just how well groomed they are as far as timing is, because this was no indication of it. Next week maybe a little tougher with the Panthers to get an idea of what we're going to be able to do, and of course then down the line. But I want to look at Tamaqua for 1 second and just wish them the best of luck. It's truly, when you're a high school kid, and now you've been in a program that just dumped 35 in a row. It's a tough thing. Their fans stayed till the end of the game. I look across, there's still a bunch of them in the stands over there. The people stayed behind them. They got a good young coaching staff. They can only go up, as we said in the beginning. But I think for our sake, we're still a little bit of a question mark because we weren't really tested at any level, I don't think, in this game tonight.
No, but, like you said, you saw the veterans out there, the experience. But what was great about this game, and you have to admit, playing the game yourself, that a regular season football game is totally different than a scrimmage. And now you got some new faces out there in the line. Like you said, you have to get your timing down, and you play one game at a time, and when the last whistle blows, that's it. You hope you're on the winning end of it. And those kids need that experience in there, especially in the center of our line.
And I think the same thing is when you go away from a scrimmage and say, okay, this is the first game, you look for mistakes. And when you take that line that had one really returning starter with it, with Mike Boyer,
right,
and you take that line and they don't make any mistakes, that's an important thing.
Yes,
it gets your timing down. Now, we said they have to go to Panther Valley next week and come up against the Panthers, and it will come home, come back to the Silver Bowl and see against the Panthers, and then against the tough Southern team the third week. So a lot going on for the Red Tornadoes, but they did tonight what everyone expected them to do.
Yeah.
And what I hope they expected themselves to do. So, good game.
Sometimes the hardest thing to do is what's expected.
That's right. That's right.
Everybody takes it for granted, but you still got to go out and do it, and that's what occurred tonight. They went out and they did it. So we look to next week and maybe see a little better test and get a better idea.
Everybody remember, tomorrow night, Thursday night, you'll be watching this on Wednesday night, Thursday night, Supper Club at Matucci's at 6:30. It costs $6 to have dinner, $5 for the club, and the club, all that money goes toward the boys. Everything goes toward the boys. So that's it from here in Tamaqua. Great win for the Red Tornadoes. I'm Bob Elson.
I'm Warren Altamar.
Wayne Brokenshire.
See you next week.